welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are absolutely cracking the code on Cambridge Accounting 9706. If you have ever looked at a graded past paper and just wondered where on earth those marks vanished to, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to take those kind of cryptic Cambridge Examiner reports and translate them into a real strategic battle plan to help you secure those easy method marks, specifically for sources of finance.
So here is our roadmap for today. Number 1, the examiner's warning. 2, core accounting principles. 3, the method mark strategy. And finally, 4, mastering evaluative thinking.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the examiner's warning.
The stakes here are genuinely high. Every single exam series, incredibly smart students lose easy marks. And get this, it's rarely because of the math. It's almost always due to methodological errors pulled straight from the principal examiner reports. Here are the big 3. Number 1, vague details. Honestly, examiners are desperate for precise specifics. Number 2, poor formats and presentation conventions. And number 3, totally ignoring the specific business context you're given.
Just listen to this anonymized quote straight from the grading room. Quote, "Answers on sources of finance are often too vague. Examiners want specific details and contextual application." End quote. This is exactly where top-tier candidates stumble. Right here. If your answer sounds like a standard textbook definition that could literally apply to any company on Earth, you are throwing away marks. You absolutely have to apply your knowledge directly to the specific business mentioned in the prompt.
Moving on to Section 2, core accounting principles.
To hit those rigorous academic benchmarks, examiners want to see logical, structured reasoning. There's a really stark difference between superficial breadth and analytical depth. You know, frantically listing 5 generic points about a bank loan without actually explaining them, that's superficial. The Cambridge framework prioritizes taking just 2 highly relevant points and systematically unpacking exactly why they matter. They want to see that connected, conceptual understanding.
Now for Section 3, the method mark strategy.
Okay, here is an incredible insider secret. Cambridge heavily awards marks for the process itself, not just getting that final number right. You need a highly specific procedural framework to extract your data. Step 1, deconstruct the question. 2, extract data from the text and tables. 3, select the right analytical framework. 4, execute your calculations and verify them. And 5, present your work with the correct terminology. Think about it. If you make a math error in step 4, but you clearly lay out all the other steps, you can still capture incredibly valuable method marks. Process is literally everything.
So what happens when candidates write messy paragraphs, forget their headings, and use super casual language? They immediately signal a lack of rigor. Examiners are looking for strict professional conventions. We're talking proper headings, clear annotations, appropriate formats, and correct terminology. And hey, these aren't just polite suggestions. They are absolutely required professional skills of the syllabus. You prove your competence through your presentation.
Let's tackle Section 4, mastering evaluative thinking.
If you want to move from a middle-tier grade and unlock those absolute highest grading bands, you have to conquer this domain. Evaluative thinking means questioning assumptions, considering different perspectives, and most importantly, justifying your decisions with hard evidence. It is not enough to just describe the data. You must compare alternative approaches and tell the examiner exactly why one source of finance dominates another for this specific business context.
To achieve this, you've got to rely on the deconstruct, solve, and evaluate loop. First, identify the given information. Then break the problem into logical chunks and solve it systematically. But wait, here is where most students forget to pause. You have to check for reasonableness. Does your answer actually make financial sense in the real world? Use that reality check to make a truly justified recommendation.
Now, a massive part of making those recommendations involves comparative analysis. But remember, true analysis requires identifying both similarities and differences. You need to weaponize comparative connectives. I'm talking about words like whereas, conversely, or similarly. Use them to draw conclusions about the relative importance of different financial sources. It's like you're building a rock-solid argument, brick by brick.
Okay, major examiner alert, right here. Always define key terms before using them in your extended responses. The principal reports show time and time again that candidates constantly confuse terminology. Seriously, do not leave the examiner guessing whether you know the difference between a debenture and an overdraft. Lock in those foundational marks right away by explicitly defining your terms before you launch into your evaluation.
So to summarize all of this, just keep the rule of three in mind. The syllabus targets three distinct cognitive domains: knowledge, analysis, and evaluation. True mastery requires competence across all three of those. You bring the knowledge, you apply the analysis using strict formatting, and finally, you seal the deal with deep, evidence-based evaluation. Knowing the strategy is only half the battle, right? Actively practicing it is what actually transforms your grade. So here's my challenge to you. Are you ready to apply the deconstruct, solve, and evaluate loop right now? Pull up a past paper today, completely eliminate those vague answers, lock down your method marks, and evaluate with absolute precision. Thank you so much for exploring this explainer with me, and go secure those marks.